Hi, I'm Xysis, and this is Hearts of Iron 4, No Step Back, where we're playing as the Soviet Union. Okay, so let's start off with fixing up some of this. So we've got our divisions in exile here from our invasion of Finland, which we have just gotten to peace treaty with. These are our light tank motorized divisions. And I think what we will do is take Dimitri's entire army here, and we'll pop it into the 7. And then we have a good core here at least, and we'll keep Dimitri on this one. And we will probably use them for the invasion of Iran, so we've got some good pushing units down here. And we probably want to go to the terrain map mode for this. So we need to push for Tehran, of course, and we usually need some more victory points when we go for Iran. We usually need to come down here to Fars and Bandar Abbas and Bushir. Shiraz is a good one too. These are the Bandar and Shiraz are the 3 victory point ones. And then you got up here, of course, Tabriz. But these units should be able to take that. But we will put Dmitri down here. And we will use him to, if we go by the terrain here, we can go over the desert tiles here. And we'll be in Tehran pretty quickly. These mountain tiles, of course, are not that good. Now, supply isn't too great here, but at least we do have a supply hub close by. And we'll try to capture this supply hub with our mountain divisions pretty quickly. There's an airport there too, so that's a good strategic target. And because coming in from the north here, our supply hubs are quite away from the front, and there's no supply hubs in Iran all the way down to Tehran, so you'll kind of get stuck in this region. Same with getting down here, but by then we should have broken through, so it shouldn't be any issues. Let's move Dimitri's tank army down to the border here. So we have them at least close by for when we start prepping that. And then we'll move him back up to the northern front once or the northwestern army when we're done there. Alright, so these are the you probably want to keep these on the border down here to keep Leningrad safe. We're going to need some garrison units for the ports. Now we can start on pausing here, we'll see where we end up. And these want to go all the way down there now, that's weird. I will just pop them over in like so, I think, for now. Let's take at least one of these on Leningrad. And we'll probably guard these off with the northwestern army. We need something up here on Murmansk too. But we can probably deal with it being a slightly weaker brigade unit. Alright, so we finished off the People's Commissariat of Mechanical Engineering, which gives us the very nice efficiency cap, and it's not so good for our growth, of course, but that's fine. We also get a military factory. Alright, so we want to... where do we want to go now? I think we still go down this way, right? Well, yes, we want to go down with strengthen the mobilization plan, but time is getting a little bit short here, and there was something that happened there in the summer of 1940, in June and July, and that is concerning a certain neighbor. They've got a small part of their country that we want to keep for ourselves. So we're gonna go with claims on Bessarabia. Right, we think we'll continue this one. We'll try to keep 1 unit on each tile. It's quite possible that we won't be able to hold the line up here either. Actually, we can move this one up just a bit, and we can move that one up too. And that should be fine. We're even further from supply here now than we were before. And how many trucks are we losing from attrition? 4. Probably producing a lot more than 4. And we got good supply. We can keep that on motorized, I think, for now. Doesn't look like it helps though. It should be helping at least. Oh, that's because we got way too many units up here now. Yeah, because it's overstretched. Let's fix that then. And we will pull this one down a bit. We can keep. Could probably. Yeah, we got these units sitting there, and that's probably a fine area for them. And then we will stretch this one out just a bit. Or a lot of divisions on this. There's 12 divisions on that line. That's all of them here, and on this one, looks like we've got on 2 different ones. Maybe we can simplify this a bit. Let's get rid of those there. And we will make a good sized line there. And take... Actually, we could make this a field marshal order for all the units that are not assigned anywhere else. That would be fine. We will do it this way, and they can have the planning bonus. And on this stretch we can also pop these over there, and then we will have some, just have our good infantry divisions. We've got 3 of them here. It can be on those 3 tiles. Or we could actually move them back to the 4th line too. And have, yeah, we'll do that. It's a little bit more fun that way. We'll put them down there. And that's the field marshal order now. That's not how I wanted to do it. And let's put a division each there, and we'll put the 4th division down in Leningrad. Alright, so actually before we unpause, we can check our stockpiles here. We still need a bunch more of anti-air and artillery. We can probably, at least anti-air, we should up the production of, and support equipment as well. Medium tanks and heavy tanks, we can probably put a few extra more factories in. Doesn't matter with the strategic bombers, but we really need to up our fighter production. And I don't know if you noticed, but we got 94,000 guns at the moment. So we can steal some factories from here. Let's pop, I don't know, 2 more in on anti-air. An additional, yeah, let's put 2 on support equipment as well. And we are producing quite a few, let's put 1 more in on the Katyushas too. 1 on armored trains is fine. 2 more on medium tanks. Where do we have our heavy tanks? Oh, they're right above. Let's put an additional 1 into heavy tanks too. And the flame tanks. Oh, we'll be getting the flame tanks soon enough. And that's a little bit of a lie, that stockpile number, of course, because a lot of them are the older ones. And then into fighters, everything else. Let's cut this down to 10 factories, I think. Let's just keep this production efficiency going, because we're going to be needing a lot of guns once the war starts. Rubber. Yeah, we can import some more rubber. That's affecting our fighter lines at the end of the day. And we are currently building a lot of military factories. So that should be fine. And now they're only allowed to know they're only using 3. Good. Of course we're suffering a little bit more attrition having them exercising up here, but... Or maybe it's down here. They're doing the naval exercises down in the Black Sea, so that shouldn't be an issue. And... I will think we're pretty fine. Who here is on very low supplies? I think we want to move some of these then. Now we need to go in there, of course. Let's just split this into 2 and let's pop a second one back there. See if it helps to move these out of the way. Might need to stretch this one up a little bit past Kiev there. And then they should be redeploying so these aren't out for supply. I can do it that way. This tile isn't that good supply on. Yeah, that looks better. Looks like we got rid of the warning. So we're in a very low supply up here still. Bad enough that we are actually suffering attrition. Which means we might want to bring a few of these divisions off the line. Down here is fine to be plenty of them. Yeah, we want to put these down to cavalry again. We'll just keep this one on mass motorization for up here. These supply hubs are close to the line, so that shouldn't be an issue. We don't want to build a new supply hub up here somewhere. If we really wanted to, or was expecting a heavy battle here, we could build a supply hub here and one up here in Sala. But I think we will just pull a few off. Yes, bit of attrition here. Bad supply. We don't want them to be 2 units here at least. Let's see if we can pull. It helps to pull them back a bit. I did reduce their attrition a bit anyway. We'll probably have someone else moving into that spot, right? No, there, that should be fine. Alright, so the anti-aircraft upgrades are done. We want to go straight for the new anti-air. The main reason for this is that they've got a good amount of piercing. It doesn't require that much to pierce medium tanks. Alright, what decisions do we have here? We can recruit in Belgium. We don't want to do that. Let's just get rid of those. I think we've got enough spies in Germany. We've got a Procor here, and we've got, oh yeah, we've got a few down here in Hungary. We wanted to see if we couldn't get some experience out of Hungary too. This is in Finland, right? Oh, let's send 2 agents in on Finland. And neither of them, yeah, that's fine. Commence when ready. And Hungary, infiltrate the army. And we want to have a resume mission on her, on Procor. Didn't get a proper name, she just got a code name. And then on Ramon, we will keep him to get in here, and we can reallocate them once the time comes. So we'll make these to hopefully get some more army experience out of that. And now we could start taking our land doctrines, but they're expensive. It's 120 experience. I could probably start adding in these two. We're gonna go with operational reserves here, and we're gonna go with Queen of Battle, I think. Just to help get that infantry leader trait as quickly as possible on our commandos. And we could switch to bold attack. Bold attack is probably the better one. Okay, so Do we want to check through all of these? Don't think there's any trades we can actually get on any of them. No. I think we've been through all of them before. Let's unpost, then we can speed it up a bit more. So we're gonna need someone defending the ports here. And we can probably have someone down here in Riga as well. And these ports should be guarded once we actually start guarding the border here. Can probably use the rest of this army though. Or just putting them on a little bit here. Was got 12 of them. That's 3 divisions per tile. A little bit less since Riga is in there too. Or we can start entrenching a little bit there. We don't really need to start entrenching yet though. And how far are our factories? We got them in on our medium tanks just there. Don't know if you saw them adding them up there. And yeah, they should be starting to go into fighters now. I'm hoping anyway. And we probably want to keep training some more divisions here. Oh yeah, I think we took 3 of them out to put them in there. So these are the ones we have in Vladivostok for the border war, which I don't think is happening in this game. Would like to have some more brigades up to man the borders here though. Let's steal a few units from there up to this army. Alright, so we got the Tupolev 2-2 or TU2. It's time to do those? No, don't think so. We are in May of 1940. We could go ahead of time on these, or we could start going down, actually maybe the excavation ticks. Which excavation? We really need these aluminium plants going. That's excavation 2 and excavation 4. And steel mills, I don't think we're going to run out of steel anytime soon. And that's also a lot of them are excavation 2 and then construction for 2 of them. These are in Kursk and Belgorod. I don't think we're going to be able to hold on to those locations. We'll get excavation 2, I think. That's Leningrad and Kamensk. Kamensk is in a good location, of course. And then we got Stalingrad aluminium plant as well, and we're hoping to hold on to Stalingrad. That's excavation 4, which we don't have unlocked yet though. Let's get excavation 2. We will be needing that aluminium. And let's replace our SB2Ms with some Tupolev bombers instead. And I think we will just do a straight replacement there. We're just building those for gaining a little bit of extra production efficiency. This is going to take quite some time to ramp up. But once it's ramped up, it should be sufficient. I think we could start importing some chromium there too, I saw, but I think we will leave that be for now. To have an option to develop the Uralsk mines here with excavation 3. And to give us some extra chromium. And we're using the chromium for the heavy tanks, I think. Yeah. So I think it's fine to be a little bit low on that. I might actually be using it for some of our, for our battleships here too. Or battle cruisers. And these 2 should be finished very soon as well. And then we will update the design to for the 3rd variant. Alright. So I think it's about time to actually get this high command going. So we've got Koniev in. We want Rokossovsky, of course. We're lacking a bit of... maybe he's the next one we take, actually. And then Vasilevsky is probably going to be a good one. The extra recovery rate is going to help us when we're retreating. Alright, so we finished the mechanized. And this is... what is this research boost for? Maybe we can't see that. No, we just got 2 of them. And they will go for anything that is motorized or infantry equipment, I think. Okay, so this is a bit too ahead of time. It's a little bit of a shame to use them on these. And the new rifles there cost quite a lot of extra steel. And we're getting our stats from other things, I think. What more do we need? Do we want anything extra for the new cruisers? Maybe we could get extra... no, we're not going to go for extra guns there. Dual purpose secondaries would be nice, but I don't think it's worth it. Don't think we've got very much to upgrade on them except for the anti-air. Probably want to go for the extra artillery here. So we get the medium cannons unlocked. Yeah, maybe we don't need to do that just yet either. Radar could be good to start getting, since the air war is going to be quite important here. I think we will pop over and do some radar. And try so we can get at least maybe a level 2 or level 3 station up somewhere close to the front lines. Okay, we're saving our political power to put Rokossovsky into the high command. There goes Paris. That means Germany is now in control of the continent. I think it's fairly close to the historical date too. It was the 5th of June, wasn't it, that Paris fell. That was quite impressive by the AI to get it that close. And of course France capitulates. This means that Germany will now start to man up the borders, and the death of Rudolf Hess has where it historically went to. He tried to fly over to England to make a peace deal with the British. But that was not to be. Alright, so recruit in Vichy France, no. We just want to get rid of that one. Oh, Yugoslavia is next up on the cutting block, I believe. Let's see, we should be finishing our claims on Bessarabia soon enough. There we go, we should be able to go in here, and we will put Rokossovsky in charge of our tanks. That will increase our army experience gain a little bit further. So we want to get Zhukov in here, of course, as well, for the doctrine reduction. Quite a lot of good ones they have here. It's nice to see that you actually got some choices depending on what you want to do. But Zhukov is the one that's going to be good for us this time. Would be nice if they had like a mobile warfare one and supreme firepower, superior firepower one as well. So you could pick a little bit more which way you want to go. Or do we want Vasilevsky before, probably, to help with the army experience gain? Yeah, I think Vasilevsky is going to be the next one we pick, and then we can pick Zhukov. we should be able to get them both before Germany starts their shenanigans. Oh, we need some doctrines before we can pick some preferred tactics. And this one's going to be very good for the defensive because it increases the HP on all our units, which means we take less strength damage, which means we take less casualties and less equipment. Alright, so this sends the event over to Romania that we demand Bessarabia. We're in historical, so they should be accepting that, of course. And we will then head back over to the tree we were on here and strengthen the mobilization plan. Now this recruitable population factor 3%, and it's very easy to mistake that for the actual recruitable population. That it's a 3% multiplier on the actual amount that you are able to recruit. It's actually a very, very tiny boost. But this had me fooled quite a lot of times. The other one is recruitable population. What's it called? The modifier here. Recruitable population just. And the factor is then 3% of the available pool you have. So we have 1.71 million manpower, and we get 3% more from that, this focus. The mobilization speed is nice though, because we're probably gonna have to go up to extensive conscription once the war starts. And speaking of which, we should be training more troops. We can probably put them into 24. I don't know, we can keep them coming. Where's Moscow? It's further down there. So we know they spawn somewhere where we have supply, in case we don't have time to take care of them when they come in. We could go this way too, but I think we'll save that one so we can pick something nice here later on instead. Alright, so the improved computing machine. And we're in July. It's still a little bit too early, I think, to go down this route. Could go for equipment conversion. Might be able to make use of some of the old tanks if we redesign them. Tempted to go on artillery. No, we don't need to go down that route just yet. Probably don't need these. Logistics would be nice, but they're too expensive for us. Railway guns would be nice. We've got other things we need to be building. Could be taking the engineer camp now, that's way ahead of time. I think we're stuck using our research bonuses around here. Would like to use it for this one instead though. No, let's just go grab these ones quickly. Get them out of the way. It increases our defense a little bit, so we'll take less damage. It is a tiny bit, it does increase it by though. No, we don't want to go in here. And legionary Romania surrenders Bessarabia. The Romanians have wisely folded to our demands and withdrawn all of their forces from Bessarabia. We will incorporate the territory into the Union as the Moldavian Soviet Socialist Republic. Its citizenry will now enjoy the benefits of socialism. This is excellent. Alright, so maybe we should... now we've got the borders we want here. So the Soviet Union claims Bessarabia. After massing forces along the Romanian border, the Soviet Union has issued an ultimatum to the government in Bucharest for the immediate transfer of Bessarabia to their control. The region once belonged to the Russian Empire, which the Soviet Union sees as a sufficient legal basis for their demands. Romania has declared that it has no choice but to accede, and its forces have been withdrawn from Bessarabia. Bessarabia rightfully belongs to us. And yeah, so I was saying we've now got the borders with the axis that we will be keeping, so we can start moving some forces up. Alright, so we want to have about 3 units per tile, or 4 maybe even. Let's see how far we can get. And let's get rid of this here, and we've got a few extra ones up here. We'll keep them as a secondary defensive line behind here somewhere. And we want to back those off down there. Something like so, and we will see if we can keep the other ones there for when we need them. Oh yeah, we need to get rid of these before. And we'll grab Yerovmenko's army, and it comes down here. And maybe we need to add a third one in here. This is a really tough spot to hold, I found. Alright, so we got our anti-air upgrades. Do we want to go for the artillery now, or do we want to keep going here? Now we're probably better off going down the defensive branch here right now. This one is really good, of course, when you get to it, but we're not there just yet. Don't think we're going to do anything with the special forces. Do we want to go ahead of time on... with a 100% boost we can maybe go 1 year ahead of time on the BTRs. But we've got... if we go with these, we are faster than our tanks anyway. And they do have an increased production cost compared to these. Quite like this mechanized unit. Yeah, we won't go for that. We will just keep going here, but we will use the research boost, I think. It doesn't matter. We'll finish all of these before, and yeah, maybe there's an exploit you can do to actually save those research boosts for a little bit later, but we won't do anything like that. We do want to add the mechanized in here as well, as we start producing a few of them. That'll delay our aircraft yet a little bit more, but we've got 13 in on aircraft now at least. We're producing 1 per day. And the anti-air we will just straight on upgrade. And I think this one just costs 1 steel, right? No, it still costs 2 steel. So this one is just a little bit increase in production cost for something that is a lot better. We do need to keep an eye on our resources. Because especially with aluminium and actually steel too, if you just upgrade everything, it's easy to run out of it. I think we will... Now we've got 3 divisions there, so we can get with these 3 over here. And we will put up a defensive line here, I think. That's 3 divisions per tile, but with these they'll be retreating into this area, and then we got that a little bit better under our control. Let's unpause here again. And then we will need to be there. No traits we want to select there, no. Okay, go down this way. We probably don't need to be an entire group down here, we can use half of them. And let's select the other half here. And it can be sitting there for now. And that means we have a few more behind here. It's an extra line of defense once they start getting through. Our tanks, let's just keep them here by Kiev. Can do it like that. It's the same thing with these tanks. We can keep them, it's up in Minsk. Let's keep them here in Zotomir, will be fine. We just want to keep them somewhere where we can find them when we need them. Alright, so we got Rokossovsky's tanks, they can stick around in Minsk. And we will need to move these forward a bit too. Alright, so we finished the mobilization plan. Now we want to go down for the means to wage war and get some support technology research boosts. and material cost reduction. We don't really care about either of these, but we really want to get down to Tankograd because that's a lot of extra military factories. And we get some more cheap land equipment cost. Yeah, we selected the right one there. Okay, so let's unpause there again. We will move these up a little bit too, I think. We had... Did we steal two from here as well? Or have I put them into somewhere else? Doesn't look like I put them into somewhere else. Well, we've got two more of them up here. Let's grab them and put them into this army. Quit India movement. So India has called for independence. And I think these are the troops over here. So let's move these divisions over, and I kind of try to, I think, go down this line here should be fine. I probably want to try and get Kaunas in as well. That's where the railway crosses over. Try to, and the supply hub is there as well. So we try to keep this supply line running as long as possible. And we have one of these armies. We will do the same thing here. We will make that's not a good defensive line, is it? We're probably better off going through Wilno and down this direction, I think. It's marshlands and plains here. It's not the kind of place you really want to fight in. It's we will skip the marshlands here and the plains, and we will dig into the forest instead. It'll be a better defensive line. And then of course we got the same big bog down here. I think we want to use this army for here. And maybe we can do it this way. We will get over there, and then we got something like so. I would like to have one army down here as well. And then we'd have to stretch these armies even further. Or get another one into here. Be this army, I guess they could move up here, and then we can move them down a little bit. I think this will have to do. We'll relocate these further up here later on. It's going to be hard to hold as well, but at least we're behind the river there, so should have a little bit further. This usually goes quite quickly. Still post there. And then we have Konyev's tanks is down in Iran for the start of the war. And then of course once we've dealt with Iran, we've got some extra armies down here that we can bring forward. And this is, yeah, these are for the Finnish border and for Leningrad. I probably actually want to have one of these over in Archangelsk, just for as a precaution. There's no more ports up here except for on Nenets, on this whatever this island here is called. It doesn't matter if they invade there either, because they can't get anywhere from there. And I've got a small air force up here. Probably don't want to. We probably want to centralize our air force for now. Do we have? No, we don't have anything in Finland, but we will move our aircraft up to there. And let's get everyone down somewhere where we can find them again. And we will put up a new wing down here with, I would like to say interwar fighters, but I think we're going to go with I-16s here. And we'll set it to specialized air wing. We don't want our better ones coming in here. We wanted to escort the naval bombers because naval bombers are really vulnerable. We don't want to be recruiting in Norway either. Alright, so we got the army experience here for Vasilevsky. We'll get him in there. He can help us get more army experience. And our operations have finished, so let's see what we got with. Now we got a exclamation mark there. And something did not go really the way we wanted to. But we got our army experience from it, and that's really good. And infiltrating the army in Hungary also got us some army experience. That's why it jumped so much, I guess. And then we're back to building up a spy network in Germany. We can... let's send Ramon down to the... down here. To Iran. Right, and I think we want to... primary objective here is of course to take Tabriz. And I think we will put some plans out for that. Oh, I started a little bit too early. If we start from there we can go the correct way instead. And these will just be guarding the border there. It probably won't be. We'll see what kind of opposition we get there. Now, the invasion of Iran was a joint strike by both the British and the Soviets. Let's see, we want to probably use our mountaineers down here with the main objective of capturing the airport here in close to Tehran. We will use these brigades up here. And they're of course mostly to follow up with the tanks, and we'll move the tanks in place here when we need to. They're in low supply. Basically in low supply. We can probably move them up a little bit just to make sure that we have better supply for them. Let's spread them out a bit more. That should be helping. Where's the bottleneck coming down here? We've got enough supply coming out from this hub. It's just got a hard time to actually distribute it. I think this is a really bad supply zone with infrastructure. I got a hard time to actually distribute everything that wants to be distributed from there. Let's get rid of this line. And that should be fine. Yeah, okay. It was stuck over here on the wrong side, I think. That should be fine. All of these are in supply, and all of these except this division down here is in supply. And he is very poorly in supply. Okay, so let's roll that back for now. It should be fine. We can move him back down there once the war starts. Let's get the next level of support equipment. And they just don't have a mission set, of course. I might want to get the mine layer out into a different fleet. And I think we can put these up as a separate one, I think. And we built 12 subs up here, didn't we? We want to have 6 in each. And we're building 3 more, alright. We can put these into, I guess, the reserve fleet too. Yeah. I usually have to set these fleets up so many times, so... Or I could, I guess, just have put it up like so. And we can have automatic reinforcements and split off on both of these as well. That should be fine. And then we got some for escort here to put them into the same Baltic fleet. Don't think we need this many submarines in the Baltic though. How many early submarines do we have? 34. A little bit more. I'm thinking we might want to move some of these submarines. Oh, they're actually invading Norway now. That's nice. Thinking we might want to move some of these out as well, because the Baltic is not the place for World War II submarines. Here we have the bonuses here. Or there. They're twice as visible in the shallow seas. And then we got the archipelagos here, and the submarines have nothing. Yeah, they've got the other ships there. They're a little bit harder to spot. And we just want to stay out of the Baltic Sea, I guess. We will keep the rest of the submarines here too. Then we will split this in and let it run. Split this task force in two and make sure that we have this set to both of them. Are they both? Yeah, they're all trained up there. And we should split this one into 4 as well. And do the same thing there. Ganshiklik has capitulated. Probably want to move these submarines into a separate, not theater, but a separate fleet, like so. I wish we could drag and drop these up and down here too. Alright, and these go straight into the Baltic fleet. Let's see if we have any commandos left. We want to stay out of the shallow seas anyway. And nothing here actually helps. But we could actually just roll for a new commander. Yeah, well, let's do that. We get one without anything on. And we don't have the Cowed by Stalin at least for it. So we can invite Xinjiang to our faction. We don't want to do that. That will probably end up with us going to war with Japan a little bit too early. Probably want to put a few of these brigades down as well. No, we did have enough there. And we can deploy these down in Vladivostok. Then we know that these are supposed to be for manning up the Japanese border. We're soon finished with the means to wage war. We're waiting a little bit more on... Need 150 political power now to get Zhukov in as into our high command. We might want to look a bit into what tanks do we have here. We actually got 1,000 BT-7Es. And then we got these. The BT-5s are okay too. We don't have enough. Maybe we'll build a few of these divisions, I think. And they only take the BT-7s. They need 180 of them, so let's put 6 of them into production. Doesn't really matter where we put them, but we can start bolstering up our tank forces. And we want to wait until we've got enough medium. We've actually got a surplus of medium tanks. Or maybe we want to swap in, because we put this one so it accepts, medium tanks, light tanks. And that's heavy tanks. Yeah, it accepts the BT-5s, but it doesn't accept the T-26s. We're converting these into SPGs. The Su-5s. And maybe we want to swap one of the medium tanks out for a light tank for now. Will that help us anything? Less medium tanks and additional light tanks. We've got the light tanks. Yeah, we'll do it that way. Just so we fill them out, and maybe we can build some more ones earlier. Alright, let's see if we want to maybe go ahead of time on industry now. And we're gonna go for assembly line production first, I think. For the extra production efficiency cap. And then once these start ticking off, we can, when excavation and the support equipment ticks off, we can use them for the other two. I don't think we want to use either of these at the moment. And we'll need some, we need 250 political power ones. Excavation finishes, which was in very soon, so we'll probably use this before we put Zukov in place. Alright, so this should mean, no, I thought it was the Kiros that were completed here. Where did we get these from? That was interesting. Norway has capitulated. So Norway is Italian. Well, the Italians usually do quite well in Norway for whatever reason. Okay, so we have one dockyard. Maybe, no, we weren't building any new ones. We need to import some more rubber, I can see as well. Those are going to be done very, very soon. Do we want to, yeah, let's just put it into there for now. It's going to be fine. Yeah, let's do it this way. And we can see if we want to just go for the aircraft. We now got 25 factories producing fighters. So we're racking up quite a bit of a resource penalty there, 40%. Let's see if we can't import a bit. We'll grab 3 of them while we're at it. And aluminium we're running out of very quickly. We preferably don't want to trade with our going to be enemies, of course. Switzerland would be fine, but they're going to be landlocked soon. Greece is not going to be Greece anymore. Let's grab some from British Malaya. From Canada. Yeah, maybe. Let's grab some from Canada, and that brings us at least to a positive balance of them. That's going to be fine for now. Alright. 10 days left there. And there's not a lot of days left for the Kirovs either. 18th and 19th. Yeah, we're already running a deficit of aluminium again. They use so much aluminium, these aircraft. Let's see if we can't get something from somewhere. Well, the UK has quite a bit. We're probably going to have to be importing a lot of it from the UK. Oh, we lost some from Canada. Let's bring that back from here then. Alright, so we got the means to wage war. Next up, we're gonna develop Tankograd. And because we did the proper preparations from this one will give us 11, or it will give us 10 military factories. And that's really nice. Because you can see here that we have Kubachev, Gorkin, Perm, and 11 others. So we've got more than 3 factories in 14 different states, but it's max 10, so we will get the full 10. That is where you can actually check how many you have. And we need to have more than 150 factories to be able to do this one, which we don't have a big problem with. We're up to 108 military factories. And what's this one's probably another recruitment, yeah. Because Norway switched sides, Italy actually gave it up to Germany. That was nice. And it looks like the Italians are pushing towards Marsa Matru. I wonder if they'll make it to El Alamein. Would be nice to see some really big battles going on down here. And of course Vichy France being invaded by the Allies later on. Alright, do we want to do this now? No, we can wait a bit more with that and see how much army experience we actually get. But I think that's all for now. So thank you all for watching. Take care and see you next time.